Okay, so why did I make you do a bunch of squares and cubes and square roots and cube roots? Because you're the math teacher. So we're going to talk about all sorts of roots. I say root, but you say root. It's fine. From Southwest Kansas. Comes out every once in a while. Okay. So when we talk about the nth root, okay, if b to the n equals a, then b is the nth root of a.
I like it.
Okay.
That made no sense.
Okay, so 2 squared is 4. So 2 is a square root of 4. Three cubed is 27. So 3 is a cube root of 27, or a third root. We call it a cube root. Okay. 2 to the 4th is 16. The 4th root of 16 is 2. Okay. So really, you know this, you just know square roots and cube roots. We're going to talk about 4th roots, 5th roots, 6th roots, whatever. Those are really big numbers. But yeah. Okay. Now, I believe you know that this is a radical sign.
I didn't know that was called that.
This is called a radical.
I thought that was a square root sign.
Yeah, the square root sign is the radical.
So this is called the radical because when we have something that's not a square root, we're going to have this cute little number right here. And that's not a hashtag, that's a number sign. Okay. That could be like 3 for cubed root, or 4 for 4th root, or a 5 for 5th root. We don't put a 2 there for square root. Okay. But that's called the index. Okay. That's what's telling us which root we are finding. Okay. Now, here's where the fun comes in. Okay. If we have an odd root, not odd as in weird, odd as in like 3, 5, 7. Okay. Then you're only going to have one answer. Okay. There's also something that's a little crazy. The nth root can also be written as a power 1 over n. So like the cubed root of x could also be written as x to the 1/3 power. Okay. Now, cool thing. What is 2 squared?
4.
What is -2 squared?
4 negative 4.
What's -2 times -2?
1/2.
What is -2 times -2?
Oh, 4.
4. Okay. So you're saying that 2 squared is 4, and you're saying that -2 squared is 4. So we have 2 different numbers that we can square and get 4. Okay. We can do the same thing with anything that we square or anything that we take to the 4th power. So when I ask you for an even root, there's going to be a positive and a negative answer. If I ask you for 4th roots or square roots, we're going to be able to give a positive and a negative answer. Okay. Now here's the deal though. Can I take the square root of a negative number? Really? What squared gives you -4? But anything negative squared, doesn't it turn to positive? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So if there is a negative under a root that is even, we're not going to have an answer. Like we cannot take the fourth root of negative 16. Not a thing. We cannot have negatives under a root that is even. And guess what? The root of 0 is 0, no matter what root it is. I know it's really cool. Well, yes. But if we have an even root, we can say 1 and negative 1. Is that a 4? Yes. Okay. That is very interesting. Okay, so in that little note section, I want you to write this. We are going to find the third root of negative 27. What's the same thing as me saying the third root? Oh, I like that. Okay. So when I talk about the third root or the cube root, we can write it like this, the cubed root of negative 27, or we can write it as negative 27 to the 1/3 power. That's what Reagan said. Either way, what is the cubed root of negative 27? If it's an odd power, we can. Okay. Odds we can, evens we can't. Amy, did you do that yourself or did your mom do that? Oh, I like it. Okay, I really need it to be quiet in here so I can figure out if I need to readdress something or if I'm good to move on. Okay, when you talk about your plans for tonight, that does not help me gauge whether you understand math. I'm good. Well, that would be cool. Okay. So we know that negative 3 cubed is negative 27. So the third root is negative 3. Since this is a number we can take to the third power and get negative 27, then negative 3 is a third root of negative 27. So like this number, boom, this number matches that number. Okay. What if I ask you to find the fourth roots of 16?
4.
Nope. Okay.
4 times 4, which would be 2. No, it would be 2, but 2 numbers
Okay,
are times.
so I'm asking you for the fourth root of 16. Now, since it's an even root, and I'm asking you for the roots, we're going to give a positive and a negative answer because positive 2 to the fourth power equals 16 and negative 2 to the fourth power equals 16. No, because we'd have negative 2 times negative 2, which is 4, times negative 2, which is negative 8, times negative 2 would give us a positive 16. If we have 4 numbers that are all negative multiplied together, it's going to end up with a positive number. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay. Turn the page. We're gonna kind of hop, skip, jump around. I would like you to do 1, 2, and 3 in the extra practice, please.
On page 176.
Yes. You and your elbow partner can work together.
Poor Reagan. Doesn't have an elbow partner.
It would be like 2, and then the next one.
You got a calculator, fam?
Oh,
No, about pressing that mic.
Is that it? I don't like that.
Okay, would 2 be on the inside or the outside? Miss, how much?
You're gonna do number 3.
Would 2 be on the inside or the outside? The 2A or would we put?
It is the square root of 64. Yeah, but you wouldn't need the 2 because it definitely doesn't need to be there.
I have seen
Like for a square root.
Not really. Wait, so, oh, that equals 60.
So this, no, so yeah, square, what is the square root of 64?
Oh, yeah.
8.
4? 8. Oh, I didn't hear it. Okay, 8. Oh wait, yeah, 8 times 8 is 60.
Yeah.
So do we have to know simple math to know this?
Yeah, I mean, you can use a calculator like it's 8 times 8 is 64.
No, it's
Just
two.
keep
Is
that-
there any way to like make it so it knows it's the 4th root on a calculator?
On that thing.
I'm gonna have to get a pen.
Where's the 256?
Yes.
You're welcome.
This one is.
So number 2
Yes.
Guys, what's number 2?
So this is basically.
We literally just did.
I know, but I.
All right, let's talk about number 1. Andrew, what do you think about number 1? Positive and negative 8. Do you disagree?
No.
Amelia, why is it positive, negative? Okay, since we have an even root, when the root is even, we need to account for both positive and negative. So let's jump over here to number 3. Do we have an even root?
Yes.
Yes, so we need a plus or minus. What number raised to the 4th gets us 256?
4.
4. Okay, so number 3 is plus or minus 4. All right, now number 2, we are only gonna have a positive number 4 because it's a cubed root. That's an odd number. Okay, yes.
But number 1, I got 6. Plus, positive, negative 6, not 8.
8 times 8.
Isn't 8 times 8 64?
Oh, we doing that. I was thinking of you do the 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and then that one got
Ah, so this one is the square root of 64. This one is the 4th root of 256. This one is the cubed root of 27. So this answer is what?
No, we had those other
3.
we got
Oh.
Why is that one not plus or
about
minus?
66%.
Okay, I have a question that I think you should listen to the answer. Okay. Number 2 is not plus or minus because it is an odd root. Even roots, we need the plus or minus. Odd roots, we just have, if it's positive, or if this were negative 27, it would be a negative 3.
Negative, did that 3 times and it's
Okay, so let's come down here. Okay. All right, so I want us to evaluate these expressions. Can you stop?
Okay.
You are not asking to smell anything? Did you ask to smell something?
Yeah.
So was it you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. The 4th root of 625. I am asking you what raised to the fourth power is 625. It's 5. Okay, you can use a calculator to help you figure it out. Okay. This one, you should know from your chart yesterday. Not 8. Why does it need to be -8, Sophia? Since there's a negative underneath, we need the negative. Now, how come over here I only put 5?
They're both positive.
It is an even root. Okay. But I'm just asking you to evaluate this fourth root. I didn't say find me the fourth root. I'm telling you, here is a root, simplify it. Okay. Here I'm asking you for the nth roots. Here I've already given you one root and I'm asking you to simplify it. Okay. Ooh, the cubed root of -216. What raised to the third power gives us -216? -6. So on your calculator, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. You and your elbow partner have 1 minute to talk through 10, 11, and 12.
Okay. Can I turn on my phone for a calculator?
I mean, you can, sure.
How do you get to use?
For number 9. So if you take 6 times 6 times 6.
Wait, which button? I don't know.
Well, I mean, kind of. So like, I'm kind of hoping that you can be familiar with some of those perfect cubes.
That's what us work.
How do you do negative?
I don't know. It's helping.
Because this number is negative under.
It's helping.
What does that mean again? The fraction thing?
So that means, is that a 1/6? So that means the 6th root.
No, it's 11.
Might need to use your Apple Pencil stylus.
It's just like, I guess, I did like 3 to the 5th.
I never said I was making it.
And then that
I
was.
said you might I need to use your Apple Pencil stylus to show us that the I could have said use your electronic pencil, but I didn't. I said your Apple Pencil stylus.
Because that's better. Okay.
Because that's why I said Apple Pencil stylus.
Abby, is that cologne in your Play-Doh? Bro, wanna know whose cologne smells so good? Like, it's
Same as
Oh God.
his cologne smells heavenly. Yeah, but I feel like he has a good scent. Do you guys work so? It's eternal.
I can smell you from a mile away.
Yeah, that would be my beautiful massive body.
Okay, so here we go. I know a lot of people are like wanting the shortcut. Here's the deal. I'm not going to show you how to do any of the roots on your calculator until after this chapter, but I will remind you that this caret is the exponent button. So like in number 10, you need to know what number to the 5th power equals -243. Okay, so if you want to test it out and you put 3 to the 5th power, right, gives you 243. So this is -3. Okay, and number 11, this means the 6th root of 729. So I would start like, oh, what's 2 to the 6th? Not that, but what's 3 to the 6th? Oh, that number.
That's just another way of writing it.
Yep.
I was watching her use her Apple Pencil stylus to show me.
This is the square root of negative 81. It's not?
No, that's even and not negative.
Oh my goodness. Sophia. It's an even root and there's a negative underneath.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Nothing.
Actually smells a bit bad.
Undefined. Or you can say,
That was the like technical way. I wrote 0.
What can you smell? The purple.
it's not 0. It's not real.
Fake.
I knew it, guys.
What?
Yeah, who smells bad now?
Wait, what's the explanation?
There is not one number that we can multiply by itself to get a negative number.
So like
Negative
even
81.
exponents and like odd numbers somewhere. Even numbers and
Just
negatives.
even roots, square root. I am really frustrated that I'm having to talk over people's conversation. Square root, fourth root, sixth root. Even roots cannot have negatives underneath. Not okay. Okay, now this is where it really gets fun. I want you to go to the top of the page. Okay, do you see how we have a fractional power? So a to the m over n power, we can break that apart. So really this denominator, that's your root, and the numerator is like your exponent. Okay, so 27 to the 2/3 means the cube root of 27 squared.
That'd be 9.
Okay, cool. If I gave you 16 to the 3/4, this means the fourth root of 16.
Oh my god.
Okay. So one thing at a time, people. What is the fourth root of 16? What number to the fourth gives us 16? Okay, so what's 2 cubed? 8. Oh my goodness. This isn't scary.
You lied.
When do we move on to the next?
Let's just not skip this, I know it.
Yeah.
You know what? It's hard, so we should just not do it. Oh, that is the crummiest attitude I have ever heard.
Growth
No,
mindset.
it's not easy.
That's my life
I
motto.
feel like do it.
I have a fixed mindset.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this one in purple. Just stop talking before I get like super upset. I'm mildly annoyed. Don't make it any worse. Negative 64 to the 2/3. Okay. This 3 right here, because it's like the denominator of my exponent, that's our root. So this is the cubed root of negative 64, and then this power comes outside. Inside the parentheses first. Cubed root of negative 64. What number to the third power is negative 64? Almost.
-4.
What's negative 4 squared?
He does a negative and an odd
Oh.
thing on the left side. Now, if it was an
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just practice using this weird notation. This is on page 177 at the top. Okay. The fifth root of 4 cubed just means the same thing as 4 to the 3/5 power. So write down your answer to 14 and 15. This is the answer to 13. You write your answer to 14 and 15.
Should we just rewrite it?
All you have to do right now, just for right now, is rewrite.
Would that be a case where like if the numerator is higher than the denominator, or will it always be?
Okay, Holden, how do we rewrite 14? Any negative number with an exponent needs to be in parentheses, so make sure -8 is in parentheses. I see a lot of people who don't have that. Please fix it.
Yeah, that's
Correct. Correct. Okay. All right. Number 15. Nirvan, how do you have it written?
15 to the.
I disagree. It would be 7/4. Okay, let's talk about why. The root is what is in the denominators for your power. Okay, so let's rewrite number 16 now. Now we're gonna go to radical form. So like number 16, this is the 5th root of -3. All of it squared. Rewrite the next two. That's so crazy.
No.
Peyton, what'd you get for, how'd you rewrite number 17? Peyton F.
In parentheses, I put 2 on the little leg thing on the radical, and then 6 underneath it, and then 3.
Okay,
I'm looking now, and I'll have to put that.
you do not need to put the 2. If you do, it's just like writing 1x, right? Not necessary, it's just redundant, but you would not have to put that 2. A square root, we don't need the 2. Okay, number 18, Elliot, how would we rewrite that one? Which kind of root? Is it a 3rd root or a 4th root? Why? Yeah, you have it. Yeah, you have the 4th root. So we have the 4th root of 12 and then cubed. Okay, so now we're gonna actually use this. Okay, now we've practiced rewriting. Okay, let's go to number 19. Number 19, I think this is easier to have in radical form. Number 19 is the 5th root of 32 squared. So if I'm asking you for the 5th root of 32, I'm asking you what number to the 5th power is 32. Well, there's no check though. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is what? Okay, that's good. So this is 2 squared, which is 4. Yeah.
May I use the restroom?
We have about 5 minutes left. Are you still okay with going to the bathroom? I mean, it's up to you. I'll let you go, but I just want you to know we have 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number 20. Is something wrong?
No.
Oh,
I just got mildly inconvenient.
okay.
What is that mean?
Colin,
It's undefined
why?
because you cannot have even numbers divided by negative numbers. If I said that right.
You did not.
Negative number divided by.
Nope, we cannot have a negative number under an even root. Okay, we cannot have a negative number under an even root. So this is not real.
Number 23.
Reagan said, hey, number 23 right underneath of it is no, but I disagree. Why?
Because we can divide by.
Okay, what is the difference between how this one looks?
The 64 got parentheses, right?
Oh,
Does that mean?
so this is like negative the 6th root of 729 to the 5th.
That's great.
I know. Is that for me? Oh, thank you.
You get another apple pie salad.
You are just kind of a jerk right now.
What do you mean?
That is.
Wow.
For my sister too.
Where's the pencil?
Look at that.
Oh, that's cute sauce.
They know I like shorty socks. Okay.
Actually, is this too much?
I bet it's 3. What's 3 to the 6th?
That's a great question. It's not
It's that.
18.
I knew it.
So what's 3? So now it's what's 3 to the 5th?
I was thinking.
Wait, what is it? 3 to the 129?
Is it 20?
I mean, like, negative.
This negative's on the outside.
250.
I don't know.
Oh, this is not a parenthesis.
Yeah, because there's not a parentheses.
Sir, we have a minute.
No, we have 2 minutes actually.
243, not 50.
Oh, whoopsies. I read it wrong.
Okay, your homework is in the book. I will have it posted by the end of the day. Okay?
What page?
You'll see.
It's on your gold sheet.
Not give us homework 'cause it's
I
Friday.
can't let you go a whole week without not giving
I'm glad that that's what your goal is.
Can I have your signature?
You gonna get a fast
Hey, back away from my door.
break.